Good afternoon, everybody. It's Carlton Holden, writer. For those who follow me on social media, and such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and so forth, uh, Pinterest, for example, as well, you know that I have a new book out called Stand Up on a Leash, and it's right here. Stand Up on a Leash is my 12th publication that I put out as a self-published author. Most of my books are available on Amazon. Well, all of my books are available on Amazon in 13 different countries, including the United States. Uh, my book, as you can tell from the cover, if you see the pit bull here, it's the same pit bull in both photos. It's about a comedian. His name is Wilder Frank. And Wilder is, he has a health issue that he's dealing with. And he ends up making a bad choice. And the choice is to get involved in dogfighting. He finds that the medical bills for his inherited illness is really hitting him hard in his pockets, and he wants out of that suffering that he's dealing with. And so you find that in between him working his gigs as a comedian, he delves very deeply in the world of dogfighting. And I'll tell you all, if you've ever wondered what goes on in the world of dogfighting, I will tell you that it is an ugly world to be involved in. Um, I cannot give away too much. I want it to be. Um, I don't want to. I certainly want to make sure that uh, if you decide to get my book, you are surprised, and I give away nothing at all when it comes to all the meaty parts that I feel are involved in the book. But you will find that there are different aspects of the world of dogfighting that I certainly, in my research, I was shocked at the things that go on, how cruel the animals are treated, and when it comes to the different ways that dogs are fought. Um, there's something that, if you pick up the book, you'll hear about something called trunking, and that's all I'll tell you. But that's one way that they fight dogs that I found to be quite shocking. Um, like I said, I'll talk a little bit more about my main character. His background, he is what I like to say, Jamerican. His mother is Jamaican and his father is an American. So he has both Jamaican and American descent. Um, and you'll find throughout the book that he does travel to Jamaica, as well as doing some comedy throughout the United States, such as Dallas, Pittsburgh, also LA, and different places, like I said, throughout the country. Um, and my hope is that you will see his journey as a comedian and how he really reaps what he sows. And that's one of the main themes in my book. We all reap exactly what we sow. And as a writer, I have a lot of fun making bad things happen to my characters. Many of my books end badly for my characters. And I won't tell you if Stand Up on a Leash is any different, but I will tell you that most of my books end very badly for my main characters, especially when they make some bad choices, like Wilder does. Um, in one, I will share this. I know uh, at one point in the book, he does get a lifeline, so to speak, and he's able to get some assistance with his with his medical bills, but he refuses it because he wants to. He gets addicted to that money. He makes some major money in one night on some dogfights. So he becomes an addict when it comes to the dogfighting business. Um, just looking at my notes here, something else that I wanted to talk about. Uh, Part of Wilder's motivation, not only is it just the money itself, he is attracted to this lawyer. Her name is Constance West, and she does eventually give him the time of day. But so his motivation is to, be the man that she wants, that he thinks that she wants, since she's a high-profile attorney. She's doing well for herself. So he wants to put himself in a better position to be husband material to her. But you will see that Wilder is dealing with some weaknesses when it comes to women. That's all I'll share on that score. But you will see him talk about it in one of his, in fact, his first set in Chicago, where the story is mainly based. It's set in Chicago, Illinois. Um, Speaking of that, when it comes to the language or the dialect of my characters, and for those who really know me, I'm a big fan of languages, um, and I've studied several of them. German being the one that I speak the best besides English. But I had a lot of fun with the Jamaican patois and also the Chicago black dialect. And so you will see Wilder and many of the other characters, you know, code switching and using the Jamaican patois as well as the Chicago black dialect. For those who are linguistically inclined, uh, I know, for example, you'll see a scene with his mother, and also when he goes to Jamaica, Kingston, to do a show down there, that I peppered the scenes with a lot of patois. And I learned a lot myself that I didn't know. So I learned a lot more patois that I knew before. But yeah, so hopefully that'll be a treat for any of the Jamaican fans of Jamaican culture. Like I said, going back to themes and messages, I certainly wanted to be very clear. I am an artist, and so I like to entertain people with my stories and do for them, do for you as a reader what others have done for me. Other writers like Richard Wright, Alex Haley, Zora Neale Hurston, Ralph Ellison, some of my favorite authors. Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, a Nigerian author, Chinua Achebe. I could name so many who've inspired me. So I like to entertain people, but at the same time, I do have a message. And part of the theme and message here is that um, animals such as dogs, pit bulls to be specific, are treated very cruelly in this world, all for a quick buck. And it's certainly unfortunate. I'm certainly in no position to judge, so I certainly want to, I'm an imperfect man myself. But I did decide to put it out there and write about it because it's something that I found to be quite interesting and engaging, something that will keep my interest to be able to write a whole book on it. I hope that people will come away understanding that this certainly is going on and that um, these animals need to be treated uh, much better than they are, um, and spared because some really bad things happen to them. I know one thing that I will share as well, without giving away too many details. Oftentimes, if a dog is of no use anymore, and then they're killed. They don't fight any longer. They will be killed, and so you will see that in some scenes in the book with the pit bulls. Um, it's certainly, like I said, it's a nasty world. It's so if you've ever wanted to know um, what goes on, I I certainly set out to make it very clear of the various aspects of the dog fighting world. So you will come away more uh, privy to the world of dog fighting. But yeah, I will, sir. I will end it right there. If you like to know more, check out my Amazon page, Carlton Holden. Follow me on Instagram, Pinterest, Tumblr, Facebook, Twitter. Uh, just Google my name and you'll certainly find my book, again, Stand Up on a Leash. On these different sites. One little thing, I do want to give a shout out to the person who gave me this cover. Well, the dog picture. Her name is Tamar Francis. Tamar actually is from Kingston. The ironic thing about it is, before I even met Tamar, I was going to write this book about dogs, and it turned out that she had a pit bull who had passed away, and that's the picture of her dog who passed away. So a shout out to her. I'll be forever grateful to her for lending me her pictures there. But again, for anybody who are interested in my book, Stand Up on a Leash, you can catch it for $10.79 in paperback and also $2.99 on Kindle. I'm also auditioning people to read it for me and record it so that I can put it on Audible. Thanks to anybody who's ever supported me. I certainly appreciate you. And you guys have a nice weekend. It's Carlton Holden signing out. Peace.